Sup? All right, I got a crazy build to show you guys. Now you've seen my video before this, where I'm ramming people off the ledge. This build is gonna pick up on that, but we're gonna take that concept a lot further, okay? Into a build that we can actually play, and we can incorporate a whole entire play style, around stuff like that. Let me show you what we're getting into first, and then I'm going to show you how far we can take it. You know, what's actually possible in this game. And that's right, we will be using the Sacred Bulwark. This is a crazy ability. It grants you invincibility, which is unreal in these kind of games. Take that. And it has a lot of surprising... The Bulwark has a lot of surprising interactions also. After these couple clips... Blocks everything. After these couple clips, we're going to get into the build. To show you exactly what and why we're running these things. And we've got some surprising things to show. This is the first time I've seen that ability, by the way. It was like 3 or 4 days ago. Crunched.
Whatever.
Huh? No way. That's right, there's even more. There's even more places we can go. We are not here to play fair. We're here to get stuff. Loaded. Wow, they're pro at this game. Yes, sir. Spot is awesome. Everyone stands in one single spot. They don't run around or look around. Completely unaware that that's possible. Come on over. Come on over, dude. I told this guy that the droids he's looking for are down there. That's why he jumped down immediately. What the? That's right. All the time. 3 bodies down there. It just doesn't stop. That's insane to me. That lag. This is one of the biggest problems with this game. Is that lag like that, teleporting. Ah! That's crazy.
You'd better plan your escape.
Alright, so I want to show you how crazy this build is, but there's a concept we gotta be on the same page on first. Now, the best way I can describe this is, remember when all the soldiers would line up together, shoot their muskets, and then the next row would line up, shoot their muskets? This is a perfect example of how everyone plays in the box, right? They all play, you know, with the meta. They're all doing the same thing. What ended up happening in those times? Guerrilla warfare came out. You had people leaping out of trees, hiding in the shadows, pushing people off of cliffs, whatever. Vastly superior. And this is how you want to think when you're playing these PvP games. And what's one thing that just totally destroys good meta players? Playing like a weirdo. Doing things that they have never seen before, they haven't practiced dealing with. This catches people off guard like crazy. That's how I'm able to push someone off, and then you see like 2 other bodies down there, because I've been doing it to everybody. You know, you want to play in a way that, you know, it's not the way everyone is telling each other to play. Not the way the game tells you to play. You can get used to playing like that. It will tremendously help you in any PvP game. Let's get into the build really quick, though. And then we'll get into skills and talents. And then I'm going to show some clips of some fights so you can see how powerful it is. So you can see how powerful this is. Now, this is the standard. This is the normals version. Just ethereal alone. Now, ethereal, it does more than just, you know, one-shot people by us not taking fall damage. We can anchor invincibility off of this right here. If we're in any danger, we can fight next to a ledge, jump off the ledge. If they follow us, they'll be staggered. Either way, we have plenty of time to heal. And there's so many areas, even not just in the verdant grounds part of the map that you see the clips in. But this gives us a scenario where we can, you know, have the opportunity to be invincible. And this is all it is, just ethereal. I'll have the links to these in the description, by the way. But then we get to the chaos cheap version. This is the one you want to start your grind with. If you're low on money, you're trying to build up, you can start with this one. And it gives us elusive. Now, elusive, I don't know if people are onto it yet. But elusive is insane. This is an insane ability. The primary way people are dealing damage and taking damage is because they're running out of dodges. This tremendously helps how often we can dodge. 20% is a big number. Now, with this, we're getting 3 of each. So ethereal, elusive on our pants, ethereal on our boots, and then elusive on our ring. Whatever it takes, this is what you want. And then we're gonna go to Sigrid and drink the third tier drink to give us 2 of each of these. And we'll be 5 out of 5. Now there's the expensive one, okay? This is the one that lets us get to all the game modes. All we need to do to get to Cataclysm, by the way, is just get a blue pair of gloves. And then you'll be at the 2500 threshold. Or maybe you can get a blue shield instead of a green shield. Either way, we're running elusive, ethereal. Now, vitality, our biggest bottleneck with this build always comes down to our stamina, our energy bar. So getting a 25 flat buff is a big help. And by the way, when we're doing Rainbow Piercer, this actually ends up giving us 1 full second of Rainbow Piercer time. That's the ramming with the spear ability. And 1 second, it might sound like not a lot. If you understand and you can feel for it, though, you'll see it's kind of a big difference. Anyway, that's our biggest bottleneck, and this helps us with it. Now, this is the one where we have some wiggle room if we want, but the Withered Knight is crazy at blocking. Being able to block and then also deal damage, that's a crazy thing to be able to do. Now, You can interchange this one, but this is what I went with. Always having an ability or a skill to put us in an invincibility state, always super strong. So this lets us do that. This lets us do it, and Bulwark lets us do it. Let's get into the skills really quick. So we are going to run the Thorn Guide. Weird name. Our grapple just lets us be able to clutch so many moments, especially dragging people off of stuff, but also to secure kills and things like that. And it also offers us a stun. It's a stun in a way. Now this is the one where you could have some wiggle room if you really want to, but this is a crazy ability. It's a point-click ability. Point-click and we're invincible. That's what this ability does. And we are going to be putting talents into it, but we can even wiggle room that if we want. Polearm and shield, Rainbow Piercer. Okay, this gives us a block, but we can also move while we're blocking. Not only move, but we can move faster than everybody. Turns us into Lightning McQueen. We will outrun people just jogging away with this ability. But also lets us be able to get in there and pursue people while also blocking. Crazy ability. This one we do want our talents on. Because anytime we're able to play or pushing people into the Elite Berserker, for example, pushing people off of cliff, super good. All right, now Sacred Bulwark. This is another crazy ability. And by the way, when this ability is up, we can be healing. We are invincible behind this. No projectiles, no nothing can get through this. You should know though, the very pixel that you release it to fly forward, anything can get through. You're not blocked. And it doesn't just, like if they're hitting you the same pixel that you're releasing it, they'll just hit through you. It's kind of stupid. Shouldn't work like that because it just makes no sense. But it's important to know that. But while we have it up and it's attached to us, we cannot be attacked. The Elite Berserker can be hitting us. If we're behind the middle of any of the AoE attacks, like Crow Storm or the Whirlwind Freeze ability the sorcerers have, whatever that's called, even the Gravity Stun, this thing will block everything. Not only that, though, but we can actually pop a potion, a healing potion, and then we can pull this up, and we can sit there and be healing while this is up. And this lasts for 8 seconds. Normally, you would get hit while you're healing, and it would erase the heal. But with this up, we can keep healing. Not only that, though, we can regenerate our stamina bars with this ability. How many we can regenerate? We can generate like 1 and 1.75 basically is about what it is. We can generate almost 2 stamina bars by the time this ends. And stamina, that's what lets us be able to get around. That's what lets us be able to, to have iframes, basically, to be invincible, dodging around. To give and take damage. That's a huge ability. Let's go over our talents. Skill cooldown speed, it's a flat 20%, super worth it. It's too good to not have. And it's no point in going into these because both sides have good abilities that we need. Now, this is where we could have some wiggle room if we really want to. The greatly reduced cooldown, if we successfully parry, super useful because our parry is a point-click invincibility. That's a crazy thing to have. Now this lets us have super armor after we parry. Really helps for getting damage off because even if a skeleton is attacking us while we're mid-swing, it won't interrupt us. Super useful in that way. Now this is for Rainbow Piercer. This is what lets us have super armor while we're using it when we hit someone, but also we get to drag them away somewhere. Super important. Now, this is also really important. The buff that this gives us, this one, is significant enough to where they can't break it in time. Like, you can break it in time, but they have to immediately start their full combo on here. Very often, I'll rarely see this break. But you will notice it. It'll start cracking, and you'll see if it's about to break, and you can just turn it off. But then being able to slowly turn it, which it's not that slow, they can't get past you with this thing. It's impossible. It's ridiculous how crazy being able to move it is. Then it leads us to Monster Hunter, okay? Now, regarding all the PvE part of the game, before I was running this setup right here to give us a lot of damage off of our Wither. But then I started running this because I wasn't getting the damage buff that I wanted. I wanted to still be able to, you know, kill the PvE fast enough. But this lets us do that. And now you might be thinking, well, what about the damage reduction that we do to guild hunters? That can't be good, right? Not a problem. It's just not a problem, and I'm going to show you. But this is where we do have wiggle room. If you want to get rid of Monster Hunter, and you could get rid of one of these, you can take something else, like this one, for example, Shield Wall Slam. You can go this route if you really want to. You can go any of these if you really want to. That's where we do have wiggle room. But I'm going to show you that we are okay even with this. So let's get into fighting much more geared people than us, so you can see what it's like. Alright, now this fight started all the way in the spot that I'm usually hanging out in, but they refused to go over there. I don't know if they saw me kill the guy that I killed. There was a mercenary over there. I don't know what happened, but they would not go over there. This is with Monster Hunter, by the way. Now, the biggest thing with our abilities is we're always alternating on, you know, are we Rainbow Piercing to move closer to them and deal damage while also blocking? Are we using Sacred Bulwark to block, but then find a way to deal damage? And then having our grapple to stun them, and then our parry to also be invincible and attack. It's just unbelievable setup. I didn't hit him, by the way. So annoying. But it's like we are constantly alternating between fighting in a state of invincibility.
I didn't know that.
We can alternate between all of our abilities, but then also we have our dodges, and we have bonus dodges because of elusive. And then while we're using Sacred Bulwark, or while we're using Rainbow Piercer, it's like building our dodge bar back up, or our healing back up. It's just so crazy. Alright, this one we're going to fight a huge mercenary here.
Oh my god.
Now, we're going to find people making mistakes while we're watching this. The goal is always to, when a mistake is made, is it being punished? And that's what we're kind of looking for. We're kind of dodging and playing defensive until a mistake is made, and then we punish it. Good example here of playing outside the box. I'm totally ignoring him, pretending I don't care, and then guaranteeing that hook for damage. And look at my gear, by the way. Great.
This game is impossible.
We've got gray weapons. I think all we have here is our cheap chaos mode kit. That's a stun. Always free damage. It will always get damage with the grapple. I hate how that hit and then doesn't deal any damage. And I hear it hit. And by the way, I don't know if I said it already, but I wanted to make sure I added in. There's like 3 abilities that can go over your Sacred Bulwark, but they go over it. Like the Seer's ability that goes over, and then the Archer's grenades that he throws on the floor goes over it. One thing with the mercenaries, when they're doing the big attacks, it's so easy to know, like, where to dodge. But this guy hits hard. He hits super hard. But as long as I have my abilities up, my dodges up, I have something at all times with this build. And when you land Rainbow Piercer, that's some good damage.
And then he dodges the wrong way. What a
That part was
moron.
annoying. I meant to dodge straight to him, and I dodged to the left or right or whatever. This is another kind of outside the box scenario. I'm hiding. I crouched behind that corner because when he's going up the stairs, his camera's like in the wall. He doesn't exactly know where I'm at. Look at that one auto attack that he does. How hard it hits. And that's right. I will reset this fight as many times as I have to get this kit. And we prefer to save our grapple for the times when they're trying to heal, because when they pull up the drink, you can immediately grapple and you can cancel it. Big skeleton smash there. All because we have elusive. We cannot be beaten in dodges unless they also have it. But if they do have it, we'll only tie.
Me?
It didn't even occur to me that he had a legendary hammer. I hadn't even seen what it looked like yet.
Oh, wow.
Wow, nice. Alright, so yeah. Our gear is not holding us back. Monster Hunter is not holding us back. We had to reset that fight a million times, but whatever it takes. And with this build, we get to do that. We get to... It's crazy to be able to pull up Sacred Bulwark and then just start regenerating our dodge bars. And then if we need energy, we just keep on dodging around while we regen energy. And then when we need invincibility, we just push one button and we're in parry mode. And we'll just parry anything that comes at us, and then we can use that as a dash. But alternating around this, we have unlimited options. And then Ethereal letting us be able to just jump off of anything and take no stagger, no fall damage, anything. Now, let me quickly, I don't have footage of it, let me quickly talk about trios. When you're playing trios with this build, you're basically a huge tank. You are able to, if they're holding a choke, you are able to just charge through that choke and play behind them. And then you pull up Sacred Bulwark while your team shoots it in the back. That's how you play this build. That's how you create space with this build. But if your teammates don't follow up, it's going to feel miserable. So try to be in a 3-stack or just be in a team with good comms. If you want to, know more, a better detailed guide around tanking and playing with a tank, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. If you have any questions about this build and playstyle, just let me know and I'll get to that as soon as I can. By the way, I meant to have this out sooner. I accidentally deleted all my files, though. It's kind of frustrating a little bit because I had the clips there and I just deleted everything. Like, I had the video, a big part of it done, and then all of it deleted. Pretty annoying. Got it fixed, though. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one.